having been told during the third one that I would be doing maybe 5 altogether, I wasn't too surprised at being continuing into a 4th volume. And this one I wrote was published in 1995. And again it brings in other things, expands on what is already there in some form, brings in other questions, and perhaps questions that would have come up for me in doing the other books and following on from them, and talked about topical things like money and how we deal with money, and about auras, and about special relationships, and it also brings into this book a vision of how the planet might develop in terms of the whole layout or shape of the planet, if you like, by choosing that you would have a small country, perhaps of a few million people, and how life could be organised on that, and to create a utopian society, doing away with all the existing rules and regulations, and freeing ourselves from all the paraphernalia of like prisons and armies, and creating a whole sense of harmony, non-violence, being self-sufficient, and creating rather like a sort of a paradise on earth, and that this is possible and could be brought into being, say, in the not too distant future, say maybe around 2030 is a possibility, given at least as a pilot experiment. So whether that will happen, but at least it's there as a possibility, and that with the movement of consciousness that perhaps it will come into being. So there's a lot in this then to do with how we might, the movement of consciousness, and how we can help with that. And as always in it, it emphasises the role of our guides in helping us to work with it, and also the central theme of unconditional love and freeing ourselves from the separation from our own divine essence. So that's that one.